So Lindsay, I think, a really important topic to discuss now are some of the challenges or let's say misconceptions around the programs, around the MBA program. And so we're often asked many questions that want to be answered. And I think it's really important to have these things discussed before you're making a decision to move forward with an MBA program. So I think that we have three that we really want to touch on today. And so I'm going to turn it over to you to discuss the first one.
You're right, Amy. A lot of hot topics out there. And these are, I think, our top three that we get asked about most often. So number one is, yes, our beautiful campus is located in London, Ontario, not in Toronto. This in no way puts you at a disadvantage for starting your career, whether it be in Toronto or anywhere across Canada or globally. Recruiters are more than happy to partner with our amazing career management team to help recruit our strong MBA students annually. We don't need to beg them to come down the 2-hour drive from Toronto to London if that's where they are. And really, in the last decade or so, majority of our students do work in Toronto afterwards. I think the misconception, Amy, is that people think you're walking down Bay Street and you'll be offered a job on the spot. And that's not the situation. You don't have to go to school in Toronto to work in Toronto. If you want to go to school in another city, that's fantastic. But you could go to school anywhere and pretty much work anywhere. So keep that in mind as you think about MBA programs.
Yeah, that's a great point. I think secondly, and these really aren't in any order whatsoever, but we are often asked about, my background is not traditional in the sense that I'm not coming from a business background. I don't have finance or economics, whatever it might be. How am I going to fit in, to the student cohort? And we want to assure you that there is a place for you. Yeah. Definitely diversity is very much valued in the program. Actually, if we're looking at the breakdown, we actually have more non-traditional students in the program than non-traditional. But I think what is so unique and what we value so much is the diversity of perspective that is brought into the class composition. So certainly don't self-select yourself out because you have a non-traditional background at all. So yeah, that is key.
Very valid point. A lot of questions around that. And lastly would be the 2-year program versus the 1 year in terms of you don't have an internship. That's right. We don't. We see that as an advantage because you don't need to be 2 years away from working, away from your other life, figuring out what you want to do afterwards. A 1-year program is great for those who have some ideas of what they think they want to do afterward. By no means do you have to come in with a perfectly articulated career plan. It's also a myth, but the plan has to be exact for a 1-year program. Our amazing career management team is there to guide you. You connect with alumni during the 1-year program. If we provide you an offer, this means we feel you have what it takes to do well in the classroom, but also to do well with the market. So trust us if we give you that offer. This is why we have career management as part of our admissions process. We want to get their buy-in in your profile. So not having an internship is not a disadvantage. And if you look at historic employment reports, our success rate is the same, if not higher, than some notable 2-year programs. So if you'd like an internship, then pursue a 2-year program, but don't feel you have to.
Yeah, great tip. I think great tips all around. Yeah. And so we hope that by debunking these 3 myths or maybe concerns that come our way, it will help you to make a more informed decision moving forward as you look at the journey ahead with your MBA program. And hopefully that will be here at IB. So thank you. And please reach out to us with any questions that you have. We're here to help. And again, submit your profile for a high-level preliminary assessment, and we're happy to help you going forward.